Witnesses of the Resurrection. Friday, April 3rd, 2026. My name is Friday. I carry a badge. My partner, Pep Streebek, and I continue to interview more of the participants to the arrest, crucifixion, and alleged resurrection of Jesus of Nazareth. This time, a high-ranking Roman governor and his wife. Perhaps this interview will shed more light on these matters at hand.
Could you state your first name, please?
My first name's Pontius.
Why are you dressed like this?
Because I'm Pilate.
Oh, I get it. Very funny. Pontius Pilate.
Yeah, hey, you wanna know how there's a pilot in the room? Because he'll tell you.
And your name, ma'am?
I'm Mrs. Pilate.
Hey, you know what? You could even call her co-pilot.
So this Pontius Pilate, is it a name or a title?
Yes, it's both actually.
Could you please state your position within the Roman government?
I'm the 5th governor of the Roman province in Judea. I serve under Emperor Tiberius, appointed in 26 AD.
He's very good at what he does.
Just the facts, ma'am.
And as governor, can you describe the scope of your position? What are your powers?
We're in charge of the smaller areas. Our troops are like the police. We collect taxes, we appoint the Jewish high priest, and in judicial matters, we possess the power of life and death.
It says here that your normal residence is on the seacoast. Why were you in Jerusalem?
They always have me there during the time of the Passover, in order to keep the peace.
What can you tell us about this Jesus of Nazareth? Had you ever heard of him before?
I had. Word had reached my ear that he was stirring up the people.
They used to call him the King of the Jews.
Is that why they brought him to you?
They brought him to me with 3 accusations. 1, that he was a revolutionary. 2, that he enticed people not to pay their taxes. And 3, that he ruled to oppose Caesar.
And was that the truth?
Truth? What is truth?
And when you first met Jesus, what was your impression of him?
Well, they brought him to me twice. And both times I marveled.
And why is that?
He wouldn't fight or deny anything. I asked him straight up, "Are you the King of the Jews?" And he said, "It is as you say."
Did you consider letting him go?
Yes, I did, multiple times, but the Jewish high priest wouldn't have it.
Because you have the custom of releasing one prisoner at every Passover, isn't that right?
Yes.
But it wasn't Jesus?
No. They asked for another man, a notorious prisoner, named Barabbas.
Oh man. Oh God. Oh man.
Actually, when I found out he was from Galilee, I sent him to Herod because that's his jurisdiction. But he didn't find any fault with him either.
I told him not to have anything to do with this Jesus.
Why is that, ma'am?
She had been dreaming about him. Isn't that right, dear? She was very troubled.
Just the facts. What happened next?
The people told me to crucify him, but I found no fault with him. So I washed my hands of the matter.
He's always washing his hands.
He was beaten and mocked. They spat on him and placed a crown of thorns upon his head. And then he died a horrible, agonizing death on the cross. You know, you should talk to some of the centurions about this.
Perhaps we will. Anything else?
You know, now that you mention it, a man named Joseph of Arimathea asked for his body to be buried.
And you set a guard in front of the tomb, is that correct?
Yes, the religious leaders thought that some of his disciples were going to steal the body and claim he was resurrected.
Sir, let me remind you that you are on the record. As you sit here today, do you swear that this is all the truth?
I ask again, what is truth?
At this point, Sergeant Friday and I concluded that nothing further could be learned from Pilate and his wife. But he had given us a few leads to follow up on, and so we released them, continuing our investigation. For now, please follow your crucifixion scene investigation host to the next interrogation room.